Hey folks, welcome back to Learn from Dad. I'm James. Today we're going to be talking about how to check air pressure inside of a tire, maybe on your vehicle or your trailer, for example, and what tools you need to use and what you should be paying attention to when you do it. Now stick around for the end. I've got a little bonus tip for you. And also today, I do have an extra helper.
Hello.
That's Wyatt. The dog Archie is laying in the grass, so I picked up Wyatt to give me a hand, and he's going to learn along with us while we record this video. Follow along. So the first thing you have to do when checking tire pressure is see what kind of valve you have. Now most vehicle tires, trailer tires, things along those lines are going to use what's called a Schrader valve. Very common. Now if you get down into, say, bicycles, for example, we're going to run into what we call a Presta valve maybe, or possibly even one that's called a Woods or a Dunlop valve. But today we're going to be focusing specifically on a Schrader valve and how to check tire pressure in a vehicle. So the first thing we have to do is remove the valve stem cap. So this is the valve stem, and then down inside is the valve core. That's what actually seals the valve up. So when we go to check that tire pressure, we're going to need to use a gauge. Now I've got multiple different styles here. And Wyatt, what we've actually got is these two are referred to as a pencil style gauge. We've got this one here, which is kind of a more of a commercial, longer, heavier duty pencil style gauge. And they're referred to pencils because they extend like a pencil. And then we've also got a dial gauge. This one's technically for my bicycle, but this is just for representation. And then there might also be a digital gauge too that some people will use. I don't personally have one. I like the mechanical style, but they all do the same job of reading pressure. Now when you're grabbing a pressure gauge, it's important to make sure that it has a big enough range for the tire you're going to check. So my truck tires here have a maximum pressure rating of 80 psi, and the equivalent in kPa or kilopascals. So Wyatt, let's take a look at the two pencil gauges we have here and what those are rated for in PSI, the black numbers, buddy.
Okay. So this one's highest is 120.
Okay, so 120 PSI. How about the other one?
And then the other one is 50.
So 50. So this one we cannot use for the truck. This one we could. And then you asked about this one. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one as well, the big one.
150.
150. So this is more of my commercial gauge. This is actually the one I like to use. It's the nicest one. So make sure it's the right range for the tire that you're working on. So not only is it important to have the right gauge with the right range, but it's also important to check your tires at the right temperature. So you'll find on every tire, whether it's a vehicle or a trailer, for example, it will state what the intended max load of that tire is and at what pressure maximum cold. It's referencing that this tire hasn't been driven on and been heated up to the point where that air inside has expanded and caused that pressure to increase. So it's important that you always check it when it's at a cool temperature, non-driving condition, to get the most accurate and consistent measurement. So I normally like to run my tires at 70 psi. So Wyatt, let's go ahead and check it. When we do it, we want to make sure we take the gauge and push it on nice and straight into the Schrader valve, because what we're actually doing is pressing that little tip right there, which is opening a valve, into the Schrader valve, which is then opening the core. So it's very important that they're pushed straight. So go ahead and demonstrate that, Wyatt. There you go, and release. What kind of pressure did it look like we got?
Around 75.
Around 75, okay. So let's check it again. We always want to check it multiple times to make sure we got an accurate reading. Very good. What's it read that time?
75.
75. Okay. Now we would also want to compare this to our tire pressure monitoring system in our truck, which when I had started this, we had gone in and checked it, and it was around 79 or 80 when we started, which we've been messing around and practicing. So we've drained a little bit of air out. Now what's interesting here is I have two gauges that read in the proper range to use for this tire. So let's go ahead and try that other one, and let's show them what we discovered when we were using the other pencil gauge. There you go. Now take a look at your black number. What's that say?
It says 60.
About 60 or 62. Let's check it one more time and see if you messed it up or if it's the gauge. No, it's okay, so push it back in. No, push it one more time. I'll help you with it. You hold your hand on it and let's do it together.
You just need to put
There you go, nice and tight. Now what's it read?
60.
60. So we discovered that one of my gauges actually reads low, this pencil gauge. So you know where that one's going to end up at?
Trash.
In the trash can, because it's not reading properly. So something to be aware of, that even something like a mechanical tool could be incorrect. So in our case, we're going to make sure we get rid of that and we know which one we can trust. Okay, so we checked the tire pressure and we found that that tire in the rear was 75 psi, but what is accurate and what is right? So like I mentioned, you always have tire pressure on the tire itself that tells you what the maximum is. It can be a guiding force, but also your vehicle, the manufacturer, or even say a trailer, is going to recommend what the tire pressure should be for the load that is maximum for that particular vehicle or trailer with the original tires. Now, a lot of people change tires, so there might be some variability, but Wyatt, let's open the door because that's where it's normally at. So when you open your vehicle door, right where you just put your hand is often a sticker that is going to say the tire pressure. So what's it say right here for PSI?
60.
60. So cold at 415 kPa or 60 PSI, and it tells us what the max load rating is. Now on this truck, I also have a second sticker right here, buddy, that says the tire size for fronts, rears, and spare, and says the same thing. What is the weight capacity at the tire pressure of 415 kPa or 60 PSI? Now, tire pressure that you run can be highly debatable by a lot of people, so everybody's got their own personal opinions, but just know that you have the manufacturer's recommendation, you have the tire recommendation for maximum load, and everybody goes in between. I personally, on my truck, the maximum on the tire says 80, the truck says 60. I haul fairly heavy loads a lot of times, but also I'm just using it as a kid's shuttler. So I normally run at 70 PSI as a personal choice. So I'm curious, just from the people out there in the public, comment down below, what kind of tire pressure do you like to run and why? I'm very interested to hear, so tell me more. Okay, so you checked your tire pressures. Now, what are the consequences of being really high or really low and not kind of in a sweet spot? So number one is wear. You're going to get abnormal wear on your tire if you're excessively full or excessively low, either on the outer edge of the tire or in the center band of the tire. Not only is it going to cause an early life for your tire, but it can also cause some potential imbalance that might cause some vibrations and other weird things to happen. The second thing we need to worry about is, like we just said, ride. So if I have these that are excessively full, it may cause that ride to be a little rougher than I would care to have. And then the last one is, as we talked about, the load of the tire. So I use the example on this tire, if it's rated at 3,500 pounds at 80 PSI, that's at 80 PSI. So those load ratings of a tire can change depending on what that pressure is. So those are the reasons we care about the tire pressure and making sure we check it often to know exactly what it is. All right, one more quick bonus tip for you. Wyatt, how many tires are on this truck?
4.
4 tires. I thought there was 5 tires.
Yeah, we have a spare tire.
We have a spare tire. So when's the last time you checked the pressure on your spare tire? So Wyatt, why don't you crawl under there and check that for me? I don't want to go under. My spare tire happens to be up underneath, so you would have to lay down and maybe crank it down. But it's very important that you check your spare tire, because when you have a flat, there's nothing worse than a flat spare to change it. So there you go, folks. That's how you check your tire pressure, considerations you should have. Drop some comments down below. I want to thank you for watching very much. Do you have anything to say?
Thanks for watching.
Very good. Learn from Dad. I'm James. Come back for the next video. Thanks.